Hello and welcome back to Charwell. Today, there are a lot of fields on this map that are ready to harvest. Lots of contracts available, and I've got the ideal combine for doing it. So yeah, we've taken on a couple of contracts today. We've taken on 3, so we've got 85, 37 and 36. 36 and 37 are both canola and are attached to each other, I believe. And 85 is the one where our ideal combine comes from. We've actually leased the combine to do that job. So we're going to get that done last. We're going to take these up to fields 37 and 36. Jump in this. And yeah, this combine is huge. It is absolutely massive. Now, interesting side effect to here, and something to note on this map. I think it may be the case if you have other stuff. I have not found the trailer for this contract. We're actually going to use our JCB to do the carting with our normal trailer. The tractor for this contract is actually sitting in the shed because I'm not planning to use this. I just wanted the combine itself. But yeah, I have no trailer. There we go. That's connected up. I've got no trailer for this because the trailer, it appears, is it just doesn't have a place to spawn with such a big header spawning for the combine. So that is something to take note of if you're going to do a contract on here that has this combine on it. You won't get a trailer for that combine because there's nowhere for the trailer to spawn in for the combine to use. So make sure you have a trailer already, and you'll be fine. We're just going to load up the header onto the header trailer, and then I'm going to get the JCB. And we'll get all of this down to the fields. There we go. That will do it. Disconnect everything, if it will. There we go. Yeah, I'm not sure those actually need disconnecting in the way that I thought they did. Now, will this connect there in such a way that we can tow it to the field? How far under here is this? I don't know, we should be alright, I think, maybe. Nope, we're not. Right, so we're going to take the trailer separately to the combine, and we'll go grab the JCB and hook that up to that. Where are you? That is the other tractor that you saw briefly there, and there is our JCB. And actually, and under this, where it's not quite so shiny, you can see the bit that's changed. I do like the shiny JCB cover on the chrome cover on the exhaust. That is gorgeous. I've fallen in love with this JCB all over again. Really have with this new version that we've got here. And this will just work brilliantly for us for what we're doing. We're going to be doing over the next few days some muck spreading as well. We're going to have to get a new muck spreader and do some work with that and things like and bits like that. Now, I guess some of you are asking whether exactly how we are why I'm using the Fent, and the reasoning behind that, or this Fent ideal. And the reason behind that is because A, we'll get the job done quicker with such a large combine. Annoyingly, field 36 is this field here. We've got to go all the way round to get to it. Yeah, it'll get the job done quicker than our little combine, and also it won't cost us anything more than sort of, I think it's about £1,000 to do as many fields as we can get done with this ideal combine. So field 85, we won't complete the contract on it until we have done as many different contracts with this combine as we can. So yeah, it's one of those things where it allows us to get stuff done without it costing us money, and therefore it's great. So long as we take contracts that have that have this as this header for use with them. Right, now here is where we have fun, and here is where we would have an issue with the JCB when it had the other wheels on it, or had the didn't have the ability to change its steering. We would have come into a problem there, but we're good now. Yeah, and it's just... So 37 is there. There is an entrance to it down there. So I think we can go back along this road a bit and do that. Maybe even scoot through the hedge somewhere up here. But now is where we get into the fun stuff. Because we've got to get this header in a place that we can get... to unload it or get it onto our combine. Actually, that shouldn't be too difficult if we maneuver our JCB right. We can do that. That is especially in this light, that JCB just looks amazing. Right, back this up, and again, yeah, this is one of the things I love about Lancer Boys maps is how many routes there are to different things. Really, really great for that. And I have just noticed actually that you can see we have got a gap between these two fields up here. So we'll cover that in a minute. We're going to have to go and get our trailer. Now our trailer is going to get full very, very quickly from this combine, because this combine has a massive, massive size grain tank on it. But I'm not expecting this combine to take very long to do this field. Yeah, just need to make sure everything is hooked up. I think this is a harvester that automatically hooks everything up. Oop. Yeah, it is. It's great. Nope. Like so. Right, down and into the crop we go. And so, yeah, this is the beauty of the multi-contract mod. Is that if you get a harvester that is used for another mod, or for another contract, you can very, very quickly, or very easily use it on as many contracts as you can get your hands on. We will be able to get through to field 37 there, which is brilliant. We can just keep going. Yeah, it is, as I said, as I say in the name of this episode, this combine is ideal. It really, really is. And will keep us going for a while to get this stuff done. And there are so many contracts available to us on here today that we can just go through. We can make a whole swath of money, and it will be grateful. And if we can do that, we may even be able to pay off. Well, it depends on how many of these contracts we get done, but we could pay off as much as half of our remaining loan, which would be just brilliant right now. We would just end up at the end of the second year in such a great position that it would be, well, it would be somewhere that I hadn't expected to be. Which is just perfect. So I'm going to get the headlands knocked out on here. We'll see how full this combine gets, knocking these headlands out, and we can go from there. Coming up to the end of the headland, and 28% full. So it's yeah, this combine does not fill up very quickly. I want to take another headland off. There's not enough space for us to turn this round yet. Now, it is going to take most of the field out, to be honest. It is such a wide header on here that taking just 2 headlands probably takes half the crop that we have to harvest. But it is something that's necessary for us. It's something that's really something that we absolutely need to do in order to get this field done properly and to be able to turn properly. Now, we've got no GPS on this, so I can't set a GPS course for it, which would be quite useful on here. But we can note the angle to cut in, which is 26.8 is the angle we want to cut across here. This is a fairly square field, but it is at an angle to everything else on the map, including the ground. So yeah, 26.8 is the angle that we want to take. I'll do our cutting at once we've finished this headland, and it's working well. This combine is just going to mulch through this field. The size of the combine that's actually recommended for this contract, or that would be available for this contract, is the TX. So it's more the size of the combine we actually have. But I'm looking to get through as many contracts as I can as quickly as possible. So taking the contract with the biggest, getting the equipment for the contract on the biggest field on the map allows us to do that. Allows us to just go through and keep this going. Now, one thing we can do is if we then came across, say, a corn contract, not expecting that at the moment, or a sunflower contract, which would be more likely, we would the best thing for us to do is just to hire the header and stuff it on this combine. This combine itself has no issue working on fields that aren't contracts or with other headers. It's more the header. If I tried to use this header on a non-contract field, it wouldn't work. And that is a little, that is a small hack that you could use actually. That would work quite well, especially if you're on start from scratch. If you need a combine and have no money, get a combine from a contract. You then got the use of that in seasons. You got the use of that for 2 days. And hire just the header. If you hire just the header, it will save you a ton of money, and at the same time allows you to get stuff done. That is 50% full from 2 headlands, and you can see we have knocked out a massive amount of this field. Really huge amount. That is absolutely perfect. So I'm going to turn around, and I said 26.7, didn't I? Which is there. So nice and straight, 26.8, that is close enough. Small field, the single point won't make a difference. So across we go, and as I said, it's not quite at an angle, this field, that works for either of the for any of the directions of the textures on here. So we are going across how the field appears to have been planted, but then the field would never be planted in that direction anyway. That would just be completely and utterly nonsensical. So open this up. And as I said, we got nearly half the field just by doing the headlands. We're going to end up in a position where we have most of the field in a single grain tank, which is good because this holds 17,000 litres, and that is almost all of our trailer. I think our trailer holds about 21,000 litres. So I wouldn't be surprised actually if our trailer will hold this entire field that we're doing at the moment. That would make a lot of sense to me, and therefore, yeah, would just makes a massive amount of sense. Field 37, I think, is our other field, as I said. Let's have a look. Field 37, yes. So 36, which we've got most of the way through, and 37. So, yeah, we can just hop through that gap in the fence there and do that. There are a lot of other fields that are ready to harvest. I picked these ones because these two are next to each other, and an 85, of course, is the big field. 85 will pay for our entire combine rental for our own combine for this summer, for this harvest season. It is a massive amount of money off that field. We may not go and attempt that now. I think we're probably going to get this canola out today, and do that and come back to that later. I have got some plans and things for stuff that I want to do in between times. We need to get looking at doing some muck spreading on to field 45. We get the muck down now, that would actually work out really, really well for us. So I want to look at doing that. We also want to look at doing, and then getting that cultivated in. We've got all of our own fields to do in the harvest coming up. Let's get this on course. And then I can go and have a look at this map here. Yeah, so we got these two. I think there's a contract on 48, 30 and 21 might be good contracts for us to take. 39 is a good one for where we are now, and 85. So you can see there's several clusters of contracts that are good for us here. So I think we're going to work through those at the same time as getting ourselves ready to do some other stuff. So I think we're going to intersperse. We're going to stay on this game day for a little while. We're going to intersperse doing a few of these contracts for other jobs that we've got on the farm. We need to feed the animals. We need to do other bits and pieces, and just try and maximize the amount of money that we can make as a result, and just get ourselves going into the autumn and the rest of this harvest in the best position we can be. Now, I think we've only got 2 more rows here to get done. Yeah, we've got one here. Okay, I think we've got a couple up the top there. We are at 79%, so we're going to have to go and grab our trailer in a minute. And that is 80%, that's telling me. I'm sticking to it on the right-hand side. We are just about getting all of this. Wow, that has worked out well. That has worked out very, very well. So I'm going to swing around and get this bit down the bottom here, because every little bit of this will count. I need to make sure these 2 canola fields are going into the same sell point. Is the next thing. So 37 is going to the grain sell point. They are both going to the grain sell point. That is really good news for us. We'll be able to go and tip that. Whichever field it finishes first, it will finish, and then the rest will start going towards the other field, which is brilliant. And this should work very, very nicely. Hopefully. I think by the wonders of video editing, I may go and get our trailer and make sure it's alongside here for the final bit of this field, so that we can just fill it up and then be ready to go and tip it at the grain sell point, and save ourselves a bit of time of driving around the map. And there we go. So we can get our auger out now, and because we're at 98%, we can just empty the tray into the trailer here, and that will allow us to enter this final row ready. This trailer will take the rest, and as I said, by the magic of video editing, it is here. Oh, actually, we've probably got 2 rows left to do here. So this should all fit in the trailer. We've got 17,000 available here, 21,000 in the trailer. So as long as we get another 4,000 litres max off the rest of this field, we'll be fine. If not, we'll still be okay because we can just set the combine to start it in the next field and just empty it again when it gets full. But if I can fill the trailer up finishing off this field, that would be great. It seems the top end of this field is slightly different shape to the bottom end. Not surprising considering this map, really. It very, very much is a map that has lots of odd-shaped fields and odd-shaped bits and pieces. So, yeah. 37 is remarkably larger than this. So, we're going to breeze through that a little bit more than we breezed through this one. But I want to get both of these canolas out for today. There we go. Every little bit counts. So we're going to go and nick this bit at the corner, other side of the field. And then get this last little bit over here. And we can just empty into our tractor and trailer at the end here. And yeah, this is not going to be a full trailer's worth, so that's fine. I think we will set course play then, doing field 37. And we will get some carting done in order to keep it going. We can then at least take over from our combine when we get back. But it's going to have... Now, will this fit through this gateway? I don't think this will. No. And I'm not sure. No, we don't have... Yeah, we're going to have to get this through this gateway by taking it off the combine, which is not great. But it needs to be done. First, though, we need to go and get... Oh, wow. We've only got 15,000 litres in here. There was only 15,000 litres in the combine. What we'll do then is we'll park this up in a position where it can empty. Which is about here-ish. And then we can drop the trailer off, leave that emptying while we go and get the header trailer. Right, so slightly out of reach. There we go. Right, and bring that in and back our trailer off, or back this off, because we need to get the trailer out of the way. Still only 16,000 litres off this field. That is immense. That is not what I was expecting. I was expecting much, much more off this field. But we are going to hook this up, get our header onto it, and then we'll get it into position just the other side of the hedge. And we can set our combine off doing that. Well, actually, we don't need to at the moment because we can just keep going for the minute, get the first headland done, top off our trailer, and then we can go and tip it. And onto our header trailer, like so. Now you get to see the wonders of reversing a header trailer like this, which is not one of my favorite things to do, but something that we kind of need to do in order to get this into the right position for the combine on here. So we pull it through nice and straight, and then try and make sure that we keep it that way while reversing it up. And actually that will do there rather nicely. It's not the easiest of positions, but it should work. Yeah, that will work. turn it at the end and connect. Reverse it up. And yeah, it does automatically hook everything up, which is really nice. Right, and then if I can turn this round, it puts it in a position where we can just put it on, put the header straight on. Absolutely perfect. Right, let's get started on this headland then. In and round we go. And hopefully we'll be able to knock this out pretty quickly. So this is coming up to our headland done, our first headland done. And yeah, we have got 40% of the tank full of this. So much, it's about, about half again on the size of this field. Which makes a lot of sense. You can see from the shape of fields 37 and 36 that they do both have, they are both, 37 is noticeably larger. It's the same, yeah, 36 plus a bit. So we're going to empty out and fill up our trailer at this point and take this over to the grain sell point. Now I'm wondering if there's another exit out of here that I can get. No, we're way far away from our trailer there. I wonder if there's another exit out of here I can get that has a direct route to the sell point, because where we're going is up the top there. It's our normal sell point, and knowing Lancey Boy, there are roads all over the place that we might be able to get out of here. But it's not always that obvious on the map. So, we're going to empty this here, and I'm going to go out to this map here. And we're going to take a little bit of a closer look. So we are here, and you can see we've got the roadway running down here like this. Now, there is a roadway there. Does that go the whole way around field 56? Field 56 is currently cultivated. So, yeah, there's roads out there, and there's roads out there. That would take us straight up to there. So I think it's worth us checking those out. So come with me on a journey. And we shall see if we have this done and sorted by going that way. We know that having emptied this, we're going to have one more trailer full. So we'll be pretty much uninterrupted doing the harvest on the rest of that field. So that's good news. So this does have a road up to here, and then the other side of this field. So we are going to nip across this cultivated field, because I think this will be the quickest route for us to go. Yeah, and you can see the other side of here, there's a roadway out. And there's a roadway actually out over there as well. So there are multiple ways out of here. And field 54 actually, that then makes that a prime candidate for doing another load of canola on, to be honest. So I think we might have to have a look at that field as well. Won't get it done in this video, but it will be a prime video for us to do, because, or a prime contract for us to do, because this is the grain sell point just here, and you have to go quite a long way round to tip at it, as we've seen before. You go all the way around here and all the way around the back to get at it, but it's nice and close to these fields, especially once you take that shortcut across that field. Alright, let's into here. Now, I like going around that way rather than the other way, because it's quite a narrow roadway the other way. There we go. And the grain sell point is in here. And we get this tipped. So that is perfect. Interestingly, that gave us harvest income, which worries me slightly. Yes, so interesting. Why did... That's odd. That gave me harvest income, which I am very, very surprised by. There is yeah, that is the right place. We have tipped in the right place, and it's not completed that completed either of those contracts. So that's intriguing. I don't know what's happened there. This is this could, well, this might work for us. This might not. We'll see what happens. But I'm kind of hoping that that yeah, we do okay. Right, I'm gonna get this back to the field. Let's go and knock the rest of this canola out. And get this field complete. Here we are back at the field, and we might as well take the rest of what's in. Yeah, there's a fair amount in that combine still, so we'll back this up here and empty that out while we are switching vehicles. Not too much. Well, yeah, only another 1,000 litres. So we'll put that in and crack on. Get another headland out of this, and then into the field and see how much more we get out of this. So coming to the end of my second headland, and I realise what I've done. I've made a mistake. So we have two shining green circles on the map. The grain sell point where we should be selling this canola is in the bottom right of the map, and we have gone and sold it in the wrong place. So one of these two contracts we're on at the moment, we are going to fail. Absolutely, we're going to fail. We are going to have to take on the contract in field 54 as well to make up for this mistake. And not much I can do about it, to be honest. We are, yeah, I have messed up. So we've sold grain, we sold canola when we should have put it in a completely different place. Very, very annoyingly. So I'm going to have to deal with that. We're going to have to sort that in a bit. And yeah, I'm annoyed with myself for not quite getting that right, not realizing that that was my mistake earlier. It's not too bad. We know that we've got the larger of the fields that we've still got to do. And in failing the contract, all we'll get fined is the stuff that we sold. So that shouldn't be too bad. I just hope that it's field 37 that gets completed, not field 36. Because field 37, of course, is the contract that is worth more money to us than field 36. So yeah. We'll see how that goes. And we're going to nicely cut in here. We've got the far end of the field done here. We are going to be we're going to be for a little while. I am going to get the rest of this knocked out. As a result, there we go, 50%. Alright, so I'm going to get the rest of this field knocked out. As I said, I think we're going to end up with less than a full tank's worth. What I'm going to do actually is I'm going to get as much of this little corner up the top done as possible. But yeah, I'm gonna get our tank filled up, see where we are, and then we're going to go and sell this, or sorry, deliver this to the correct sell point, rather than the one that I looked at and went, oh, it's that. So past 80% full, we are... I've got a little bit of the field left to do. I'm just looking at how much we got off the last field. I think we're going to be in a pretty good place here. We're certainly going to have enough to either complete this contract or the other contract, which will be good. And hopefully the lost amount for the other won't be too bad. I wish I could say that this would cover both of them, but we'd need a remarkably bigger field in field 37 in order to cover the lost amount that we put into the wrong sell point by mistake. So yeah, we are okay. We are doing all right at the moment. We're going to keep going until we hit the combine being full, which shouldn't be too hard for us. There's maybe 1 or 2 more passes. As I said, it's a big combine, this. Very big combine, this. But ideal for doing this kind of job. Should really say perfect for doing this kind of job, because that is a pun every single time I do it. But yeah, 90% now. And I would guess that we're going to hit this before the end of this row, actually, I think. I'm going to put my auger out ready. With just 8% to go. We've probably got 2 rows after that, so this should fill the trailer this time. Which 2 full trailers off these 2 fields is not bad at all, actually. Actually, this isn't going to fill this combine this time. There we go. And if I grab field 54 as well, then we can get that done in a bit. And it'll be good. And I have judged that pretty well. I'm really, really pleased with that cut. That means that we're able to get this in the whole width. Not something you would really risk doing in real life. The chance of missing a couple of bits and pieces while doing this like this is pretty great. Let's head over to our JCB and get this emptied. Yeah, there's actually 2 more cuts down there, I think. We've got 1,700 in here now. We may actually have more than a trailer's worth left on here. That is also a distinct possibility. Right, we'll get that emptied and then we'll get back to it. This last little bit doesn't quite fit inside the header. So we're going to go over a little bit, make sure that we are easily getting as much in as we can. And then we'll turn around, we'll come back the other way and just get that little strip that we're leaving at the moment. This is more realistic. So this is how farms do it in real life, or that I've seen farms do it in real life before. You leave enough to give yourself a good chunk on that final way, and that way you absolutely make sure you're not missing anything or not knocking anything, and you know you have to do this anyway, so you might as well. And just works massively well for us. I am going to get field 54 a contract on there as well to try and clear up this mess that we've made a bit today. I think we will grab that at our leisure. We're in a position where I want to vary things as well as in the middle of doing all these contracts. So we're going to go and do some work with our animals next time. They are still in a little bit of need of feeding. We also want to start getting some muck up to field 45 in order to get that spread. There we go, we're empty. We are empty, so that's good news. Let's go and see if we can clear up this mess that we find ourselves in by taking this 96% full trailer back down to the sell point. So I will see you down there momentarily, and we'll see if how much of this we can salvage. It's a very much longer and windier road down to this sell point, but we have made it, and yeah, this is going to be our moment to choose. Will field 36 or 37 be completed? by delivering this canola? And if so, how much is it going to cost us? We've made 23,000 from mis-selling the first field's canola. Let's see what happens with this. So tip it out. And hopefully with any luck. Yeah, field 37 contract completed. 28% for field 36. So that's good news. It is the bigger of the two. So we can complete this with our own stuff. I want to get field 54 if it's available as a contract. It is. It's 2,000. Field 54 is not wheat. It is wheat. Field 54 is wheat. So that isn't canola anyway. That is going to the grain sell point. So that's coming down here as well. So that isn't a huge amount of use to us. Although the other field that we've got, field 85, is also wheat that's coming. There's my... All the grain sell points here are named the same. So that's a little bit annoying. So we had better complete this contract on field 37 and get our money in. If we cancel that... No. Yeah, it's 90% of the way there. That's annoying. A little bit of canola from our own store would sort that and complete that. So we'll hold on to that for now. Our stuff might come ripe. But I'm going to leave this here for today. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment and give it a share. And for all the latest videos and live streams from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.